Are you ready? It's me, Emma, Body Blitz Fitness, and I'm going to do the daily hoop and chat. But before I start going, I've got to tell you something. I was going to launch in and go, I am a fat cow. And I thought you'd all go, what? But I am. I use fat cow. I've just got to show you this stuff, right? The reason I'm going to show you this is I got gifted this, and it's natural ingredients, so it's using tallow. And so it's derived basically from cows, so it's natural. I have had so many problems with my underarm skin. I know that sounds weird. Some of you will be like, what? Some of you will be laughing at me as well. But seriously, I've got really sensitive underarm skin and it gets really dry and sore. And I've had this problem for years and years and years. I stopped using like aerosols years and years ago because it's better to use a roll-on. But I've got this now, this Fat Cow deodorant stick. Anyway, I've just used it and I've just taught my HIIT class and it's good. I don't smell, I haven't sweated, and so far my armpits feel really soft. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm gonna sort of research all of this a lot more, and I'll always tell you little things I've tried. So that might be worth trying. If you're vegan, don't even go there because you'll go, oh, it's cruelty to cows. It's not, trust me. But anyway, I'll talk about that another day. Right, you ready? It's the hoop and chat. You ready to go? So I don't want any vegans bashing me for being a fat cow. Right, ready? Grab your hoop. And if any of you missed the beginning and you just heard me call myself a fat cow, you're not going to understand why I said that at all. Okay, hoop onto my lower back. Left leg in front. Turn the hoop to the right and launch. I'm off. Are you good to go? So it's terrific Tuesday. And I hope you are feeling fantastic. I have literally just taught a class this morning. I taught HIIT, high intensity interval training. I had a lot of different people in my group. I had some new mums and I had someone who's still recovering from a hip replacement and a few people in between. So we had a real mixture. And I tailored my class to meet everyone's needs. So if you have ever been thinking about training with me, but you've been worried and you think, oh God, you know, maybe some of you aren't used to exercising, and you think, oh God, I don't think I can do it. Or some of you got injuries or pelvic floor problems or lower back or knees or whatever. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll be able to look after you, I promise. So come and train with me. I guess that's the message I want to say this morning. My day this morning. So I've got up, I've driven all the way to the Isle of Sheppey and back. Honestly, don't even ask. My son is working, he's working on a house down, he's a carpenter. And he can't drive at the moment, so Mum had to get up, drive him all the way down now. Oh, I tell you what, it's like running a gauntlet, worrying about getting back on time from a class. But I did it, obviously I'm here. So I've been all the way to Sheppey and back this morning, and I've taught my class. So I feel like I'm winning today. Yesterday, not so much. Yesterday was not a fabulous day. I had loads of things I wanted to get done, and then I just didn't get any of them done at all. Do you have days like that? I know it sounds silly. If you want to sit on your bum all day and relax, if that's what you need, do it. But I had so much stuff I needed doing. And then I had this little battle with myself. So I have this battle with my brain. One hand is going, look, Emma, you're obviously tired. Just sit down, read your book and chill out. And the other's going, but you know you want to do it. You know you need to do that. You know you need to tidy it up. You know you need to do that. It's terrible. I don't ever need anybody else to tell me off. I do it to myself all the time. So I just wondered if that was you. Or are you having a fantastic week, which I hope that you are. I'm having a good week because I am celebrating 4 years online, which I never thought my business would go in this direction. I never did. But COVID hit, you know, I'm self-employed. In fact, my whole family's self-employed. We're all like, oh my God, what we're going to do now? And I managed to master going online. I'm not particularly technically minded, so I find it fascinating to this day that I do it. I haven't got the easiest setup. Like even now I'm hooping with you, I've got 2 phones on the go here. I've got one phone going into my Instagram, I've got one phone going into my TikTok, and then I'll take these recordings later and I'll stick it on my YouTube and I'll stick it on my Facebook. There's probably easier ways. When I teach my class, I have the laptop, I'm on Zoom, so it's interactive, so I can see my class and coach them. But also I'm recording the class on my phone, and I've got another phone for my music. I mean, honestly, there is probably an easier way, but I'm still proud of myself that I managed to take my business online, and 4 years on, we're still going strong. I do a hybrid. I don't just teach online. I teach face-to-face as well. So I do personal training. That's either online, via my PT app, or it's face-to-face, and I'm an outside PT. I don't work in the gym. Spent years working in gyms. I don't like it. I like being outside. I like being in the fresh air, in the daylight, and yeah, that's my choice. That's what I like doing. So I literally do face-to-face classes, all outside, not in my little halls anymore. COVID put paid to that, and in a way I think it did me a really big favour. So I don't hire halls out anymore, so I haven't got that stress of like, oh God, you know, is everyone going to turn up? Still worry everyone's going to turn up, but I haven't got the overheads of a hall, so that's really good. So I utilise the outside areas where I live. It's great, I love it. And then obviously I teach as well every day indoors in my front room. Not a Sunday, I have Sunday off. And I love that too. It's really, really good. So I think my point is, if you want to get fit, you want to make a start, I can help you wherever you are in the world. How about that? How many people can say that, eh? They could help people wherever they are in the world. And I'm really proud of that fact. So there you go. I'm giving myself a gold star this morning. Right, as you can see, I'm doing the daily hoop and chat. I find it much easier to stand here talking to you if I'm doing something. If I'm standing up close to the screen, I hate it, honestly. And that's one of the first things I found the most difficult about teaching online, is seeing yourself all the time. I know it sounds dumb, but before COVID, not that anyone's going to do this, but if you looked back on my Instagram, I was not in it. I was never in it, honestly. It was just pictures of my classes, and I'd very rarely be in them. Somebody did buy me a selfie stick so I could be in them as well, but normally I wasn't in them. And then gradually, as time's evolved, obviously I am my business. I have to be the face and physique of my business, which isn't always easy. Some people have got oodles of confidence. They love being in front of the camera and they're like, hey, here I am. I'm not really like that, you know, I don't like it. So standing back here, hooping, I can kind of roughly see where I am, but that's about it. I can't see myself, so it's much better. So there you go, there was a little insight into how my brain works. But yeah, those first few months online, honestly, I was like, that's it, I've got to have a facelift. And some people go, cool, you vain cow. Maybe, if that's what you think, that's what you think. That's how I felt. It was awful, absolutely awful, honestly. Have any of you done it where you go to do something on your phone and it's turned around the other way and you've got that view of yourself and you're like, oh, it felt like that every day. It was awful. Right, I'm going to start hooping the other side now. When you first start hooping, you're always going to have a more dominant side. It's just how it is. You must hoop both sides, otherwise you'll end up bent over like a banana. And when I teach, it's all about realigning your body, getting your body into balance, blah, blah, blah. If you keep going hooping one side, you're not going to be in balance, are you? You're going to be literally bent over like a banana, and it's going to be bad. This, for me, really massages out my digestive system. I had to swallow them because I almost burped. But it's good, better out than in. Some people find that they pass wind out their bum. So it's a really good way of helping reduce your bloating. And it's great for your core, of course. And it's great for keeping a check on your waist to hip ratio. And those of you who are a little bit big around your middle, it's even better for you. Even more effective, but a little bit harder to initially master. So just a few little tips there for you. Also, when you first start hooping, you only want to hoop for a minute or 2 minutes every other day on each side, okay? And that's it. That's it about hooping. Right, so let's go back to talking about top tips. This week, some of you know, every Wednesday I do a wellness chat, a deep dive into women's wellness. Now, if any of the boys are watching, it does apply to you as well. It's just I specialise in women's health and fitness. So I know the girls are going to listen to me more, but if any of the guys are, welcome, and this will apply to you too. So we're doing mindful eating this week, and I've got to be honest, I failed already. So I need to practice what I'm preaching as well. Mindful eating means rather than just eating on the go and shoveling it in without it realise. Have you ever done this? I mean, probably a bad example. A packet of biscuits. You've got them there and you have a couple, maybe dunk it in your tea, and then you go to eat another one and you realise you've ate the whole packet. That's probably about an extreme one. Anyone ever done that? I've done that. Bag of mini eggs. That's mine at the moment. Enjoying my mini eggs, savouring each one, put them in my mouth. I'm not being rude, by the way, so this. Suck that shell off and then suck the chocolate. It's lovely. I never bite them, ever. I never bite them. And I savour them. And then sometimes you go to pick that last one up and they've all gone. And you're like, oh, you didn't even realise you ate them because you were mindlessly eating. How many of you eat your lunch or your breakfast or your dinner on the go? You're talking to someone else, or you're walking, or you're grabbing at your desk if you're at work, or you're watching telly, or you're on your computer or your phone at the same time. When you do that, your body, your gut and your brain work very, very closely together. And for those to realise that you're actually eating and to absorb your food and actually stop your hunger, you kind of need to concentrate on what you're doing. So rather than like shoveling it in, you want to, ideally, you'd either have a spoonful or a forkful, put it in your mouth, you put your spoon and fork down, and you just take time to eat that food rather than just inhaling it. So these are little simple things that we need to try and do. Now yesterday I was like, yes, I'm going to mindfully eat all day, but I was in a weird mood, really weird mood. So when I did eat, I was like, I don't know what I was doing. I was like playing around on my phone, and I was like, oh my God, Emma, what are you doing? Where's your mindful eating? It's gone out the window. So I wonder how many of you would benefit from just trying to do this with me this week. I'll go into it deeper tomorrow, because Wellness Wednesday, I'll fully go into it, but that's our focus this week. We're all the way through, I'm going to do like a 7-week focus, and then I'll go back to the beginning again. So next week will be all about sleep, and I'll be giving you top tips about that. And how I'm doing this is with my PT clients, this is with my women's wellness group, and then just once a week I come on and do a deep dive into it and talk to you guys about it, except I've kind of given you a little pre-bit today. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. Right, I've now been hooping more than long enough, so I'm going to stop chewing your ears off. I'm going to catch the hoop, come back over, see if anyone's talked to me. Hopefully no one's being mean, you never know. It's always a bit scary. Can I buy? Hi, where can I buy it? Right, okay, let me answer this then. I think, are you talking about the power? You could be talking about two things. One thing, it might have been the Fat Cow skincare. If it's that, let me know. I didn't say that much about that, so I'm not sure if it'd be that. And I've got a 15% discount. That's really good. It's really good value anyway. And then the Power Hoop Deluxe. So it's Power Hoop. By the way, I only recommend things that I try myself. So I just should tell you that as well. Even if I get sent stuff, sometimes I do, which is lovely. It's like I'm like a kid at Christmas. Unless it's good, I won't ever recommend it. I've been using these over 10 years. They've never let me down. They're great, so I don't mind recommending them. So it's a Power Hoop Deluxe. It's powerhoop.com. Sometimes you can pick them up on eBay or Amazon. Probably shouldn't tell you that, but sometimes you can, so have a look there. But if not, if you need to get it from powerhoop.com, I've got a 10% discount. It's not a lot, but it'll probably pay your post and packaging. So if you want that, just send me a DM, because when we finished, the comments have all gone, so I miss them, all right? But if you want the discount code for that, just send me a DM, I'll send you it. And you get your 10% off. But they're really, really good. The only time you shouldn't hoop, by the way, is if you're pregnant, don't hoop. And if you've got any specific lower back, like degenerative disc issues, don't hoop. If you've got achy lower back, definitely hoop. It's fantastic, because the more you work your core muscles, you're massaging it out. I can't even talk this morning. I think I should stop talking actually, because I'm like a nutter this morning. Right, so I think that was the only questions. Yeah? Okay, so my little TikTok crew, I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Don't forget, if you want any more information, just send me a DM or something, or comment when I put this live back up, because otherwise all your comments are gone. And I'll see you later. And what about you, my little Instas? Is anyone still there?